When Jesus saw that the people came running together, he rebuked the unclean spirit, saying, "Deaf and dumb spirit, I command you, come out of him and enter him no more." Then the spirit cried out, convulsed him greatly, and came out of him. And he became as one dead, so that many said, "He is dead." Verse 27, but Jesus took him by the hand and lifted him up, and he arose. And when he had come into the house, his disciples asked him privately, saying, here's the question, why could we not cast it out? So he said to them, here's the second reason. Number one, he mentioned their faith already was a problem. They could not press past their unbelief. Secondly, he says, this kind comes out by nothing but prayer and fasting. Here's a simple statement. You're not consecrated enough. You don't pray enough. This kind of deliverance, this kind of move of God does not happen with people at your level of spiritual devotion. That is a moment that rocks you back on your heels. You know, it's really simple sometimes when you think about it. If you look at your schedule and you look at your life and you ask yourself, what do I spend my time doing? That's what you have a PhD in. Some of you have a PhD in television. In the show Chopped, the cooking show. We love that show, you know. So, but that's basically where you spend hours of your time. Average American can spend 6 hours a day in front of a TV. 6 hours. Doesn't take long. But before you watch one show, another show, basketball game close to 2 hours sometimes. You know? It's just something about that time that just gets away from you. And Jesus basically said to the guys, you don't have enough time invested to be as deep as you want to be as strong as you want to be, to deal with the things you really want to deal with. Your investment of time. Well, I don't have time. Yes, you do. Look at your phone on your minutes. Look at the minutes on your phone. Look at the minutes. Just check the minutes. If you say to me, you don't have time, show me your minutes. Let me see your phone minutes. Your phone minutes tell the story. 4 hours, I'm coming. 3 hours, 2 hours, 6 hours. It tells a lot about you. There's something about understanding the power of your time. And he basically says, guys, you hang with me, you're around me, I pray, I fast. But he basically was saying to them, you don't do what I do. Now, I want you to think about that for a minute. That's a real moment for the disciples of Jesus who had no TV and no cable. You wonder, what were they doing? They weren't praying and they weren't fasting enough for that level of spiritual authority. And so I wonder, could it be that some of the challenges you are facing that have you burdened and grieved, bound and tied down, could it be that you are not operating in enough consecration? Could it be that your time, the way you invest your life, you spend more time talking to the guy you love, making sure his pies are cooked, and making sure that all of the things he wants are right, but you spend very little time in prayer and meditation? Most preachers, one of the traps we fall into in our life is our schedule takes us away from prayer. We really can easily slide into the trap of not praying. We'll spend every waking moment. The last time I looked at my phone about 3 hours ago, it had 21 messages I have not responded to. And I thought, and I got a few calls after that, so I'm probably around 30 now. And I thought, they'll be good. You know why? Because if I'm not careful, that's all I'll do. Because every person that wants to speak to you, and I'm for people, I'm a big people person. So don't take this wrong. I love people. That's my problem. I love people. But if I'm not careful, they will become my ministry, and I'll have very little time to develop this kind of prayer and fasting. And be clear about the fasting part. I don't think the power in the fast is not eating. The power in the fast is the consecration. It's time with God. I don't think you have to fast, a long time to get things accomplished. And I'm not against fasting. I fast myself, but I fast with discipline and with guidance and with doctor's advice, and there's a whole lot more I can say about that. But I want you to be clear that the issue is your time with God has to go up if you want a certain level of spiritual authority and power in your life.